Hey guys, it's Heather from Cookies for Breakfast here with the pregnancy baby number 2, week 17 vlog update. In an effort to keep everybody on their toes. I'm filming from my bathroom today, which I actually think I might do more often because I've got like a backdrop, which is a little busy. But the lighting is pretty good at night, so I can film at night or any time of day, and I don't know, I might do it again. Benjamin's already sleeping, that's why I'm in here. I got back from the midwife appointment today, and we had dinner, and now he's in bed. So there was no time to fit in a video in that schedule today, and I wanted to wait until after the appointment before we did the video. So that's really pretty much what the focus of the video is today, is all the stuff from the midwife, which really wasn't that much. Everything is looking good. They didn't really do that much at the appointments at all. Had the final blood draw for, I think it was the quad screen. So we did that today. The lady who did that was not very, she was like much older, so you'd think that she'd be a very experienced phlebotomist, but she clearly was not because she really sucked at it and hurt. That was it with that. I was very excited because I had heard that in some places if you end up having a C-section, you're not allowed to keep the placenta if you want to do any kind of encapsulation or anything else with it, because it's considered medical waste after a C-section. And I asked the midwife about that today, and she said, and for us here, definitely not, because I was concerned that if I did end up having a C-section, that I wouldn't be able to do that, which would be very disappointing. One, because I would end up having a C-section, which I am trying to avoid. And two, I wouldn't be able to do the placenta encapsulation, which I'm super, super excited about, and I really, really want to do. I also asked if we could do delayed cord clamping if I ended up having a C-section. That you really can't do. She said they might be able to do like an extra couple seconds, but that's pretty much it. So that was kind of disappointing, but I guess not very surprising. I kind of expected her to say that. So hopefully can make my dreams come true and avoid a C-section entirely. I do feel like it's in my control. I think it was in my control last time, but I just kind of didn't fight it as much as I now wish I should have. I feel like I should have. So the only thing I feel like is holding me back this time is in the case that the baby is breech, which I'm really terrified of. But I guess we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Hopefully it does not happen, because that would be just completely devastating, because I am so committed to doing a VBAC this time, and hopefully maybe even a completely natural childbirth. I don't know, we'll see. I think I put this in, I think it was last Friday's post, for all of the books that I've been getting, kind of collecting on natural childbirth. So if you guys have any recommendations on anything that might be helpful, in terms of achieving a natural, unmedicated birth, because that's kind of that's kind of the direction that I'm going right now, which is just so surprising to me because it's not the place that I was in when I had Benjamin. But yeah, that's what I'm thinking. So I want to get as much information as possible and get myself in the mindset that I can make it happen. So I think that's the most powerful thing. Is to have it in your mind, and be committed to it. So I'm not 100% committed yet, but I'm getting there. Just have my notes on my phone. Let's see. Today, actually, I heard the heartbeat for the first time, the baby's heartbeat. I know that it's kind of a long time to go. It's been 17 weeks. But if you remember at my last midwife appointment, they couldn't find the heartbeat because the baby was spine up. No, that kind of looks like spine up. So they had to do an extra ultrasound to make sure everything was okay, but when I did that, I didn't hear anything. And any of the other ultrasounds that I've had, they didn't hook it up so you could hear the heartbeat. So I heard it today for the first time. So it was exciting. I was in she said it was in the 140s to 150s, so that's good. That's exactly where Benjamin was. And disappointingly, I found out a while ago that heartbeat really has no correlation to if it's a boy or a girl, so who knows? I really have no idea. So for the big one this week is the weight gain. So I swear to God that as of last Friday, before No, not last Friday. The Friday before that, before we went on our trip to Maine. So today I'm filming, this is Tuesday. So not 4 days ago Friday, but the Friday before that, I was at 2 pounds completely. Probably that weekend we were in Maine, Saturday night, all of a sudden I looked like 50% bigger. Like I just, within the day, I popped out even more. And when we got home, I think I weighed myself that Monday. My scale is kind of strange. Like sometimes it will give like a really high number for like a day and then it's back. So I don't think I weighed myself on Monday. I think on Tuesday it was really high. But then on Wednesday it was back to 2 pounds again. But then on Thursday and Friday, and since then it's been consistently not 2 pounds. So it's been confirmed as of the appointment today. We are at, I should have calculated this before, 7 pounds. 7.5? We'll say 7. So it went from 2 to 7 in a week, which is a little scary. But this is kind of what happened with Benjamin. I didn't gain any weight the first trimester at all, and I was all thinking I was Miss Thing, and I was the thinnest pregnant woman of all time, not gaining any weight. And then after my appointment, whatever the last appointment was, the first trimester, between that one and a month later, I gained I think like 10 or 11 pounds in a month. So this is 5 pounds in a week. So it's not that great. But it's still only 7 total. So I feel like that's okay for this point because I'm like almost at 20 weeks. So in my mind, I'm like 20 weeks, 7 pounds. I think that's okay. When I think about it from the perspective of like 25 is really the max that I'm supposed to gain, then it's a little scary because that's like a third. But to be honest, I should preface this, and I'll probably write about this as well. I really don't care how much I gain during pregnancy, period. It doesn't bother me. Like with Benjamin, the last weigh-in that I had, last appointment, I was 41 pounds. And then I had him a week later, and at the end, I was gaining about 1 to 2 pounds a week. So I'm thinking when he was born, I was probably more like 43, but the last official number we had was 41. And it really, honestly, I lost all of that before my 6-week appointment, like after he was born. So I'm not really concerned about the number and losing it after. I know it's different with a second baby. It's harder to lose it. So I'm not concerned from that perspective. Like if I gain 50 pounds, who cares, whatever. That is not what I'm concerned with. I'm concerned because because I want to have a VBAC, if I gain less weight and more in the recommended range for what I weighed before pregnancy, it's much more likely for me to achieve the VBAC. So that's why I'm so focused on it. Normally, I would not be. If I was just planning another C-section, I would just be going with the flow, doing whatever, and not being concerned with it. But that's the only reason why I'm focused on it. I really do believe that your body kind of gains what it needs to anyway. Like I've known people who eat completely super healthy their entire pregnancy, really limit any kind of sweets and like bad foods and everything, and they can still gain 40 pounds. So I think it kind of just happens naturally. Whatever your body's meant to gain, it will. Obviously, if you're sitting around eating ice cream all day, you'll gain more than somebody who's not, but there are many people who are very healthy, eat very healthy, exercise, everything, do all the right things, and they still gain 40, 50 pounds, or more. So that's my thoughts on that. So that's why I've been kind of concerned about that. So let's see. I've been feeling a lot more movement this past week, and last week I was kind of concerned because I wasn't feeling much of anything. You would think that because I've already gone through this before, I would remember what it felt like. To me, people say like it feels like fluttering. It doesn't feel like that at all. To me, it feels like you get like a muscle twitch or your eye is twitching. That's what it felt like before when I was pregnant with Benjamin. That's what it feels like now. So I've just been kind of chalking it up to being muscle twitches. So I've been feeling these weird things for a while now, but I'm just like, no, that can't be it. It's too steady because it's like really a lot of them have like a rhythm to them. The movements that I'm feeling, but I have been feeling it more. It's definitely unmistakable now. Before I could kind of be like, oh, maybe it's muscle twitch, but now, no, it's definitely obvious that it's the baby. And I asked the midwife about the churning feeling, what that was. And she said because I started feeling it at like 10, 11 weeks, she said there's no way it could have been the baby. She thought maybe it was like intestines moving around or something. She wasn't really sure exactly what it was, but she said it was not the baby, which I kind of thought was a little crazy because there's no way, unless you're pregnant with like an alien baby, that you would be feeling something that intense that early. So it's good to have a little bit more movement now. It's been exciting. What else? With the anatomy scan next Friday, so in about like a little less than 2 weeks, we'll go in for that. And we are still not going to find out. Now, who knows? Maybe we could get there. The person could reveal it accidentally. We have no idea. Or maybe we could get there and just decide that we want to know. So I'm leaving it open, but I do think we are not going to find out. That's kind of, we've been sticking with that, so I don't think we're going to find out. Much to many people's dismay, and kind of my own, kind of not. And then as far as anything else, was it yesterday? It was yesterday. My mom, Benjamin, and I went out, took a trip out to a furniture store that's a little bit far away for us, and got an incredible dining room set, which I'm super excited about. Has nothing to do with the baby, but I like to remember these things. I like to remember what I was doing each week during the pregnancy. Wish I had this all stuff logged from when I was pregnant with Benjamin. So Derek and I, we wanted to get a dining room set for our last house when we built 4 years ago. The dining room sets are ridiculously expensive, and we just didn't have the money to put that much in, especially because we knew we would eventually be moving to a new house. We didn't know how big the dining room would be, so we didn't want to buy something and have to buy something else. So we never got anything. We've been looking around, and when we got our furniture a couple weeks ago, the couch for the living room, we looked at dining room sets, and we were so discouraged. We were like, there's no way that we can do this. It's still way too expensive. Like, maybe we're not going to have a dining room set in this house again as well, which would really stink. So Emma and I went out with Benjamin, and we spent like 3.5 hours in this furniture store. Much love to Cardi's Furniture. They had a dining room set that I actually liked, and it was like incredibly reasonably priced, especially for what it is. It's a really, really nice set. So we saw it on the floor. I was thinking about buying it, and they had a clearance center there too. So went downstairs to the clearance center, wanted to see if there's anything there. They happen to have the big China hutch for half price because there was some like electrical issue, but it's like super easy to fix. Derek and my dad, I'm sure one of them could definitely fix it. So for half price. So it was like an incredible savings, unbelievable. So we got that. You had to buy that immediately, so we had to pick that up by Friday. So that's a little concerned where we're going to put it and how we're going to get it there, because obviously Derek is the one with the truck, not for much longer because he's selling it, and he has to come from work, go to this furniture store, which is like probably going to take him like, I don't know, 2 or 3 hours to get there, take after work, get there, bring it home, all that. So to do that, but then the table and the chairs and everything we'll just have delivered when we move because that's a regular purchase. So anyway, that was the excitement of the week. I'm never, ever, ever that lucky, ever. So I couldn't believe that happened. Let's see. The house is coming along very well. We have the roof on, all the windows are in. They're putting in, finalizing all the pre-prep wall work. I don't know what it's called. All the studs and everything inside the walls before they put the actual drywall up. That's all pretty much done. I think you're going to be doing the siding. The doors are in, and they're going to be doing the septic, I think, this week too. So that's moving along, which is very exciting. I'm still very skeptical if they're going to have this done in like 2 months, but that's what they say, so we'll go with it. And I guess that's it. So do one of these. See that, and that is all. So I'll see you next week. Bye.